the reading going up there? You working really hard? Fantastic. Did you guys bring your Good Fit books with you? Let's take a peek at those real quick. Fantastic. Everybody's got a Good Fit book with them? All right. All right, so what we're going to look at today is you all each brought a Good Fit book, and I want us to do a quick little new strategy we're going to try. So we've been working on nonfiction text structures, right? So today I want to teach you how we can use text features and text, the illustrations, the pictures, the captions, all of those things to help us make meaning from the words in the book, right? So these books have some pretty tough words in them, right? Nonfiction books have tons of hard vocabulary. And sometimes kids aren't really sure what to do when they can't sound off those words and they're not really sure what those words mean. So when you're reading nonfiction text, what's your go-to? How do you start to figure out the meaning of the words? What are you trying to do?
Use context.
Okay, so I'm reading along and I might look at the words around it and think about, okay, what does that, but in nonfiction, does that always work? Sometimes that strategy doesn't work. Then what do you do next?
I look at the pictures.
Ah, can the pictures help you make meaning from the words? Show me a way that works. Can you show me an example when you were reading today, how you tried that strategy out?
Yes, because I didn't understand what they were talking about. But then I looked at the picture and it gave me an image of what they were talking about.
Okay, so they
I
might
had
have
no
been.
idea what it was.
So in this case, these illustrations of these two worms or whatever it might be helped lead you to the meaning of an unknown word here. All right, so that's one way we can do it. All these text features, our job is not just to find the word and read the definition, right? So in this nonfiction text, do you have a glossary? Check and see if yours has a glossary. So here's all of the big hard words that she's going to come across. And when I go to the glossary to find the meaning of some of those challenging words, that's just going to give me a definition, but it's really not going to help me explain it, is it? I mean, I can read the definition, but then I just kind of sound robotic, right? But what I really want to do is own the words. I want them to belong to me, right? So how do I own a word I've never seen or heard? How do I own a word that's tricky, that I don't have context for? What do? Well, we use the text features and the words around it to help us do that, okay? So that's what I'm going to show you today. And since you have your books here and some of you have similar ones, you're each in different books, and that's fine. These were not the right books, by the way. And when we were putting the books together, we had some out there, but we're going to make it work, okay? Okay, so like on this particular page, let's look at this word right here. What's that word? Submersible. Can you say that word?
Submersible.
So I'm going to read just a little bit, and then we're going to see if we can figure out what it means. Submersibles. And I noticed it has an S on the end, so it's like plural, right? Battery-powered submersibles are the only way for people to physically visit the deep sea. Pilots and scientists kneel or lie down inside a still sphere looking out fist-sized windows to explore and collect samples. To make sure that the multi-ton submersible doesn't sink, airfield spheres neutralize the weight, allowing the craft to float easily in the water. Robotic arms enable the pilot to interact with the outside world. So when I'm thinking about what submersible means, what is a submersible as it's used here? What's a submersible?
Something people get into go deep.
Yeah, something that people get in to go deep into the ocean. How else would you describe what a submersible is?
Marine.
Like a submarine. You're thinking about something you already know. What is a submarine?
It's like an underwater transportation type.
Like a transportation device that I go underwater with. But when I'm owning the word, I really use how does this illustration help you own that word?
It's underwater.
So clearly in the picture. What's up with the lights? I was wondering what was going on there.
It's dark.
Yeah.
Underwater.
When you own a word, you can talk around it, you can explain it deeply and well. So let's say you were trying to teach someone else what a submersible is. What would you say? How would you explain it?
It's a big thing where people get in and float under.
Okay, so this big thing that people get in and float underwater. Are there more details that you could explain to us?
Yes.
What else would you say?
It has a fist-sized windows. It has small windows that they can look out through.
Okay,
And they need lights because it's dark.
so the lights help them when they're deep under the ocean. Do you think it would be important to explain that, when I think about the word, if we looked inside it, because we're thinking about how words are made and how sentences are made, and when I look inside it, can you think of any other words you've heard or seen?
Subway.
Like Subway, where you go to get sandwiches. So sub in Greek and Latin roots, sub is a prefix that means under. So this means this is this, yeah, like submerged to go under. A submersible goes under. So we can use parts of the word parts, we can use illustrations. As you're reading today here at the table, I want you to keep reading. I want you to come across another word and think about how are the text features helping me own that word. Can you try that for me? Just keep reading along wherever you are and think about that in your own book. If you want to read out loud so I can listen in, that'd be great. I love to hear you. Go ahead and read out loud.
Okay. Camera slips. This craft are the underwater equivalent of eyes in the sky. High definition cameras and powerful LED lights can light up the deep and take pictures of the wonders below. While sight scan sonar screens and extremely detailed maps, images and electricity are transmitted through a cable jet for the ships. When heard with an ROV, light also has a shock absorber. Isolating the ROV from the movement of waves of surface.
Have you come across any words that you want to own? As you guys head back to your reading spots, I want you to keep working on this idea of like humming across new words and using those text features to help you own it, okay? So as you're looking for those text, like how the text is going to go, keep working on that as well. So you guys can head back to your reading spots. Thank you so much. So